Welcome, everybody. This is Nitzan Mosery, and I am your host today for the Traveling Investor Show. And guess what? I am the Traveling Investor. Welcome to another show, another edition of the Traveling Investor Live Q&A, where you get to ask my guests live on the air questions about who they are and what they're doing and how they became successful. If you're out there listening right now, do me a favor. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Would love to have some feedback from our listeners out there, the travelers. So, in the Traveling Investor Show, we always bring you guests that have achieved success, whether it's in the mindset niche, whether it's in the wealth and health, multifamily success. What's happened in Colorado? Awesome. Welcome. The point of the show is for us to help you achieve or to master your mind, body, and wallet. It's pretty simple, right? There are set ways of going out and doing things. To become successful, you have to become something different than you are today. You have to change your mindset. You have to change the way you look at health, the way you look at success, the way you look at investing, the way you look at life. Everything has to change, right? And that's why we say you become successful, because success is a journey. Success is something that happens to you. It's not the destination. And today, I have some incredible guests who have gone through that journey. They've gone through that journey individually and then together as a team, and they have done massively well for themselves. They are incredible success stories, and they're here today to share with you who they are, what they've done, how they've done it, and who they were before, and what was that transformation, or what was that little thing that clicked in them that helped them move to the next level. So I have today Alefiyah and Esteban Andrade. I hope I didn't butcher it too much. They're partners of a company called Hesel Media, and that's a company that has generated over $4.2 million worth of wholesale fix and flip deals for real estate investors. So if you're listening in today and you want to know how to get started in real estate, you don't have any money, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, this is for you. So listen in, grab a pen, grab a pad of paper, and start taking notes, because these two are going to drop some serious bombs on you and show you how you can become successful right out of the gate. The company was founded from the idea of hustle. Right? What a concept in today's world, where people are handed money to sit at home and not do anything. They're just on the opposite side of that spectrum. They're on the hustle side. Their mindset is, don't give me something for free. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to bust my ass, and I'm going to prove to you, to myself, and to everyone out there that you don't have to be born in this country. You don't have to be handed a silver spoon. You can come into this country, you can hustle your ass off and become wildly successful. It's all up to you to determine how high and how far you want to go. And they've done it all through inbound Google, Facebook, and YouTube. So don't give me any excuses that you can't do it, right? As immigrants, they both knew there was a better life out there without working the 9 to 5. They've taken the best processes and systems to make the hustle the one that is worth pursuing without burning out or having to work 4 times as hard without having great results. We always hear, work hard, work hard, work hard. It's not necessarily about working hard, but it's more about working smart, leverage other people's money, other people's ideas, other people's property, other people's skill sets. It's all about leverage. So without any further ado, without any further hesitation, I want to bring on Alefiyah and Esteban Andrade. Guys, how are you? Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having us here. That was an awesome intro, Nitzan.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? Awesome intro for awesome people, right? You guys are killing it, and you guys deserve the best accolades.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about, first of all, how did you guys meet, right? What was the story behind that? Because a lot of people, they're coming into the real estate world and they're by themselves, right? They're the Lone Ranger, right? And they're out there and they're freaking out. They're going, oh my God, I don't know where to begin. I'm by myself. So why don't you share with us first how the two of you met and what clicked it for you?
Absolutely. So I I want to share the story of how we actually met and why it's important that we met this way too. We are part of a small mastermind. Okay, so we're part of a small mastermind that is dedicated to help digital businesses succeed by uh, by cultivating this network of people. And we have 3 coaches or 5 coaches right now. It's like 10, but they've been able to help us in this mastermind to really build and to really put together what it is a true business. And so we joined the mastermind to be able to help each other in the business, to learn from these coaches. And then all of a sudden I started realizing that it was not just the course that they gave, it's not just the lessons that these people gave, but the people inside the mastermind. These people have this type of mindset. These people have this goals that align to what you are also trying to pursue. So when we are part of this small mastermind, we get to meet people, and such as Alefiyah, and I have a big admiration for her because she is really really relentless. Like, there's so much resiliency in what she tries to do. And at the beginning, she looked up to me because I've been more experienced in the game, and she wanted to to approach me and get help from me. So what she did was she hustled her way to me so that I could, first of all, be able to get her attention. She was able to provide free value. She was able to provide value for free in order to start working together. And then I realized that her intentions were really to help each other take this to the next level. All right. I had probably maybe 6 months or a year on top of her, and she knew that she could get some sort of extra support and help from my end. So she was able to get to me by being that consistent. All right. Not just like, hey, come here, ask me, let me ask you for help, but really she came in with an angle where she provided something for value for free. Let's say doing stuff for free, and then we ended up working together. We're the point now we are now our partners, and she's helping. She's helping in the PR side. She's helping level up our exposure, our how much reach we will have with this type of efforts, such as being here in the podcast, right? Such as reaching out to great people that want to hear our stories. So Alefiyah is a great part of why I'm part of this, and that's how we met.
Wow, that's awesome. That's fantastic. So Alefiyah, that's a big, huge compliment to you, right? This is, from what I hear from Esteban, is that you're a hustler. You went out there and you said, this is the guy that has what I want. He's the guy that has a success, and I'm going to go after it with a vengeance and a passion, and I'm going to make myself noticeable to him so that he can pay attention to me. Right? Was that
exactly? Failure wasn't, I wouldn't say failure, but not having what I didn't want wasn't an option, like in my mind, because I knew that I was like, money wasn't going to stop me. My mindset wasn't going to stop me. Nothing was going to stop me to get where I want, because I couldn't be where I was currently at. Right. So just to provide some background about myself, I didn't grow up with a ton of financial support and emotional support. And I knew that the only way to get out of my current situation was to build wealth of my own. And it was non-explanatory. It wasn't like, oh, I wanted to build a business for the sake of building a, 7-figure business. Was non-negotiable for me. So that's the core of my hustle, was because I wanted to get, it was non-negotiable for me to get out of my bad situation, because I knew I couldn't live my life the way I, currently was back then. So, I provided value, of course, to Esteban, and then he actually, my intention was to, provide value so I can receive mentorship from him. But then he realized that as I was getting him all of this, public exposure, that I had a talent and skill for doing that. So I partnered up with Esteban to essentially make Hesel Media the known marketing agency within the real estate investing space.
That's amazing. So you basically had no plan B, which is kind of how success happens, right? You said, this is it. There is no way that I can lose, because I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. And that is the mindset that every successful entrepreneur has to have. I don't care if you're in real estate or if you're doing something else, that mindset of, I don't hear the word no. No doesn't, no is just something that somebody says. I don't hear it. Right. And so what is it about the two of you that connected? So I take it you're Alefiyah, you're in the PR, you're out there promoting and getting the name and getting the word of Hesel Media out there. And Esteban, you're kind of running the numbers and doing that in the show, right? You're part of the real estate world. Or do you guys both have the same type of jobs? And I'm going to add another question on there. How did you decide who does what?
So yeah, right now Alefiyah also is not only what she's doing, which is podcast or PR setups or getting exposure and doing outreach and connecting with people and being able to have this type of great network, but she also wants to be able to serve real estate investors and do real estate investing. So just like our company does, serves real estate investors with digital marketing, social media marketing, Google AdWords, PPC, and just inbound marketing, inbound lead generation as a whole. Alefiyah also wants to do and also wants to get into that part of the spectrum of being able to serve real estate investors and get into the cash cow machine of generating this active income and having great months of revenue to be able to invest into real estate investing. Because I believe last conversations we had with Alefiyah, she's like, my goal is to be in real estate investing. My goal is it doesn't matter if I have a skill set to book on podcast or public relationship meetups or whatever that is, and we can create a business out of this. My goal is to truly create that wealth that I have in mind for real estate investing. And then I want to also be able to teach the minority, the immigrant women that want to get into entrepreneurship, but don't really have that courage to go for it, because all of us minorities, immigrants, and even women that are in this side of the spectrum don't grow up with that type of mindset with their family, with with the customs, with the culture. They don't grow up with this, so it's very hard for them to like step in and be able to do that. So she has a really good cause. Okay, so I'm willing to support that. So right now, what she's gonna be doing is she's gonna use her skill in being able to connect with people, being able to consistently create processes and a system that we can reach out to, for example, places like this one, and be able to connect with someone like you, and be able to expand this and even offer this to other individuals in the future. We were actually talking about that. A lot of real estate investors and agents also like exposure. So it's something that it is a problem that we found a solution to, that we can also provide to others.
That's fantastic. So you guys, in my intro, and you said it many times, you guys are immigrants. Where did you come from?
Yeah. So I am going to talk for myself right now, and then I'll let Alefiyah. And I was born in Colombia. Okay. I was born in Bogota, Colombia. I currently live in South Florida, and a lot of people will think, "Oh yeah, that's normal. You're gonna see a lot of South Floridians to be Hispanic." But my first step in North American territory was in Canada. So I got to Canada and I became a Canadian citizen. I lived in Toronto and went to school to Ottawa, and then after that, after being in Toronto for 5, 6 years and living in total of about 10 years in Canada, I I moved to Michigan. That's where I started living in the U.S. And then after that, in Michigan, that's where I found success with real estate, and decided to move to South Florida to be close to the palm trees.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Alefiyah, how about you?
I was born and raised in the United States, but my family is from India. So my father is from India, my mom is from Pakistan. So we are Indians, but we are our religion is Islam.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I've been to both Bogota, Colombia, and to India. I've yet to be to go visit Pakistan, but
Love it.
I love both of those countries. There, I had a lot of fun. I spent 4 or 5 months in Colombia, all over, and I spent about a year in India, traveling all around. So it was fantastic.
I really recommend anyone to visit Colombia, go to Medellin and Bogota and Cartagena, and you will absolutely
Cartagena.
love it.
Sure, sure. Been there. It's beautiful. Absolutely. All right. So let's talk now real estate. Okay. How did you get into wholesaling? Why wholesaling, and how did you get into it?
Yeah. So my first part of my wholesaling life was really being part of this Fortune Builder 3-day seminar and on really understanding what it was. Of course, I was being bombarded by YouTube University, and I needed to get some sort of formal education, call it like that, or whatever that is, more structured education. So Fortune Builders came in. They gave a workshop of 3 days, talk about reverse wholesaling, flips, all this kind of stuff. And of course, then after that 3 event, they wanted to get into the big coaching part. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing this myself with 2 other partners that we have, and this potentially could do something. So our first efforts, we truly wanted to do wholesaling, but then we saw a bigger profit if we were to do some flips. And in Detroit, when this started, when I got into the wholesaling side, it was looking very good with the amount of properties that required a lot of repairs, and a lot of properties that had opportunities that were just very cheap to get. So we try to get into the flip side rather than wholesaling, and that was like a decision that we made as a team. We were like, okay, look, I know that we can put this effort into wholesale, get about 7 to 15K contract assignment fee on the wholesale, or we can get 40K on this flip and get experience from it. So that was our first thing ever, and we got it from an auction. But it was not the best story to talk about, because it was like a lot of mistakes, you know what I mean? It was a lot of mistakes that led to losing money, but learning a lot from
Right.
that.
Education is expensive. One way or another, you're going to pay for it.
Yes.
Right. So, all right. So real estate is the vehicle. Flipping is the niche. Now, Alefiyah, I want to talk to you a little bit about the systems and processes that you guys have for finding your leads. Right. We have a lot of people listening on the show, and when it's downloaded as a podcast onto one of our many platforms, we get a lot of listeners who are just starting out, right? So like Esteban said, there's a lot of mistakes that you can make. There's a lot of information on YouTube and whatnot. But why don't you share with us some of the systems and processes that you guys have put together so that you can generate so many leads for yourselves and offer it to other investors?
Absolutely. So the big systems, the biggest tools that we use are primarily Google ads, YouTube ads, and Facebook ads. And another huge component within real estate investing is the follow-up. So while we use those vehicles, especially Google ads, because nowadays, especially if a motivated seller is looking to sell their home, they're primarily going to be going, on Google, right, in order to solve their solution. So we utilize those inbound methods in order to generate leads for our real estate investors. Then on the back end, we have a CRM system which continuously follows up and qualifies the leads before they come in and book into appointment. And then we also have appointment setters and sales coaches. So that way all the real estate investor has to do is just, show up to the appointment and close the deal with the help of the sales coach that we have at Hesel Media.
Okay. So that was okay. So let's talk about this. So you have Google ads, Facebook ads, and YouTube ads. So what kind of ads are you putting out there? Are you focusing on distressed owners?
Yeah. So what we focus on is going to be making sure that whoever has some sort of distress situation or is just motivated to sell or is both distressed and motivated sees our ads, sees ads where based by keywords that we're targeting, sees our offers. And usually those offers is get a cash offer instantly or sell your property within 7 days. Or sell your property as is, any condition, and get rid of get rid of your problem, or just top cash offer, or get top dollar, or get full price depending on of what your strategy is going to be on your home without making any repairs. So making sure that we have this type of ad copy in Google and both in Facebook is going to attract the right individuals that are going through some sort of situation and want the benefits of using an investor. A lot of people, they see listing the property with a realtor as a norm, and they probably do not realize that the easiest route is to go to an investor that could offer cash or could offer creative financing options, or even vice versa. A lot of people think that they can get a cash offer, but really the best option is your property is not looking too bad. You can list it on the market and let's quickly turn it around. So we're going to target individuals that are fully motivated, and it all depends on the keywords that we choose. So for example, let's talk about those. I need to sell my property fast, or I need to sell my house fast. If someone actually types, I need to sell my house, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're motivated, that they're wanting to sell their house, but it doesn't mean. By adding another keyword, such as fast, all right, it's going to tighten up the audience that is going to really being motivated, because just by adding that combination fast, it means that for some reason they're looking for a quick getaway, for some sort of quick solution. And usually those people are going through something, call it divorce, call it moving out of state, call it they just got fired from their job, or they got notice of pre-foreclosure or something. So making sure that we are on top of Google, because Google is not only the first and the most used search engine, all right, but it's the first thing that most people nowadays think of when trying to find some sort of help, right? They wanna Google something like, oh my God, I need to sell my property, and I need to do it as quickly as I can, and where do I go? Okay, I'm going to read an article that maybe help me. Or I'm going to go online and see what I can find, some sort of help. I'm going to message my friend that is on Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to look for a lawyer. I'm going to look for whatever that is. And when people do this type of searches, they're going to have first of all, 4 ads always in your Google search. There's always going to be 4 ads. Those people are the ones that pay the most per click to be appearing on the very first 4 for search bars. All right. And those can be you. So that's what we do. We help our clients to be part of those first four, hopefully the second one or the first one. And then as they come in, the person sees the page of our offer. They see they see our offer. They see our just headline with great ad copy, offering them to help and the homeowner. They're going to see a landing page that is going to drive them, funnel them to take action and to give us the property address. When they give us a property address, they also will give us their name. They also will give us the phone number, their email, and we'll also answer some other questions about what the condition of the property is, how soon they're looking to sell the property, why is it that it's making them sell the property, what is their motivation. And so we ask this type of questions in order to have a better understanding. And as soon as they answer these questions, we are automatically sending this to a pipeline, which is going to be a Google spreadsheet and a CRM. All right. So absolutely every single person, if you're a listener and you're looking to start real estate investing, you need to know that real estate investing, especially wholesaling, it's a marketing game and it's a sales game. You need to be able to capture as many opportunities and have conversations with as many homeowners that need to sell their property, are interested in maybe selling a property, or are absolutely needing to sell now. As many opportunities, and that needs to be done all through marketing, whether that's outbound marketing, whether that's inbound marketing. And you need to be able to have a consistent pipeline, an organized pipeline, where you're able to keep track of these prospects, these leads. We also offer that for our clients, right? We make sure that they have a pipeline that is very organized, that where they can take down notes of every single call. Every single call is recorded for quality purposes, quality training. You can go back to the conversation after they speak with the seller and make sure that they can understand, hey, well, what happened. If they have a team member, they can understand, hey, what the team member talked with the seller. They can assign themselves tasks and book appointments. But this is really important to have a place where leads land, prospects land, such as when someone submits a form or a survey in Google, and quickly do a speed to lead. Okay, so now us in Hesel Media, we understood at the beginning, we were generating leads. We started generating leads first of all with driving for dollars, which is making sure that we have a crew in the ground, paid some people that have cars and would send us addresses as they would go in, and they will use Google Maps in order to do that. And as they send those addresses, we'll put it into a CRM so that we can immediately skip trace and find the the homeowner phone number and then send a message right away. But then as we got more sophisticated, we started getting into Facebook and Google ads, and the leads started to come in very fast, like very consistently, like in a daily basis, right? In a daily basis. So if I get that contact information as an email or as a spreadsheet, inside a spreadsheet, I'm eventually going to become a mess. I'm eventually going to be all over the place, not being able to find something. So Hesel Media was able to implement a great follow-up process, which includes a CRM. We made sure that every single client, doesn't matter if you are a stubborn person that loves that Google Sheets or Excel, we want you to have a success process of converting and taking over this deal. So the process, it's a proven method that converts leads into contracts, where the leads come in and we immediately send a text message as the lead come in. All right. That is speed to lead. That is making sure that when people raise their hand or do a Google search and they tell us that they need to sell their property, we're there. We are making them aware that we are the best at customer service, that we are immediately responding to their inquiry, and that we got them, right? So it's a message that it acknowledges that we have received their information, but also it sparks a conversation. It's not like a hey, I'm acknowledging this and I'm gonna finish the conversation here. No, it's gonna be like, hey, I just received your form online about you requesting to sell your property and wanting to get a cash offer. When would be a good time to talk about this? Is it okay if I give you a call right now? And if they give us a time, then there is a bot that answers and tells us, okay, here's the times that we may have available, or if we're available right now, it sends another text message saying, okay, awesome, let's book an appointment right now and let's meet. But at the same time, we send emails kind of like with the same structure. All right, we make sure that we notify our users that every single time a new lead comes in, they immediately need to be calling, because it doesn't matter how much text messages or emails you're sending and you're being a speak to lead, and that's great. We don't know if that homeowner prefers to be called to speak with a real person. We don't know if that homeowner is truly busy to see a text message, or if they put the text messages in its news. So we need to call. Okay, we need to make sure to call, and that's where either a team that you could have in your own business or yourself, you pick up that app, you call to make sure you get that person on the phone. And that is conversion. That is going to increase the conversion, speed to lead. And there is always techniques for this stuff. Okay. It's not just about calling. It's also about making sure that you call and you get them on the right time. You are consistent enough with the call. Sometimes people will not pick up the first time. Sometimes their smartphones filter and block your first call. So you need to be consistent, calling 2-3 times in a row. You did your job by making sure that you are speed to lead on their inquiry, and that's how you get to talk with the homeowner. So that is the process. Like, that is the very core process of how we're getting a homeowner that is searching online to get a conversation with you.
So how many people do you have now working with you on your team?
So how big is our team? Yeah. So we're about 11 people. We just hired someone new, and we're about 11 people working with us. I was able to expand from 3 people to 11 in like maybe 3-4 months, something like that.
Wow, that's fantastic. So let me ask you this. So somebody's starting out, right? You obviously have your systems in place. You have the team, 11 people. You're paying salaries to 11 people, right? Or commissions, whatever it is. If somebody's starting out, what would you recommend? What should they do first, right? Because you're talking about Google ads. They're not cheap. Facebook ads are not cheap. YouTube ads are not cheap, right? It's pay-per-click. So every time somebody clicks on it, you have to pay, whether they follow through with that click or not, right? And I'm sure you use probably something like ClickFunnels or something like that for your funnels, or some sort of funnel to create your ad so that you can, grab people's information, right? If someone is starting out right now, where would you recommend they start? What would you be? What would be the step one? What would they do?
Yeah, absolutely. So if someone's starting right now, first of all, it's going to be a decision based on your time and your wallet. If you have the required time to go and organically or with cheaper methods generate some traction in your business, and you can put some time in, all right, then I would definitely recommend that you start picking up the phone, have a dialer, and call a list, a skip trace list that you download, whether that's from PropStream, whether that's from ListSource, and it's a niche list. You're gonna be able to start calling, and eventually hire out a VA that does that for you, or take some of the profits and start hiring out a VA. However, I do believe that in order to grow, in order to actually grab some traction into something, it's decision of time or money. All right? In the past, what I've decided to do, and we grew through hustle, is that I decided to put a lot of my time in order for me to learn this stuff, in order for me to master this stuff. But at the same time, it took me longer. All right. It took me more stress or more hurdles that I should have, just because I decided to put some time. Now, of course, the learning curve was great. That's awesome. Right. But if you really want to start generating profits, I would definitely start considering, if you have a money to invest or some sort of fund that you can, get a hold of, whether that's and again, I'm not a financial advisor, whether that's a 0% credit card that you can leverage in your business and start putting in into money into things that I would definitely start. First of all, I will start working on a website that when you are reaching out to sellers, they have somewhere to land, and it's credible enough for you to be able to show some sort of credibility, some sort of authority of who you are. All right, that's very cheap. You can use Carrot. All right, and Carrot is a website builder specifically for real estate entrepreneurs in the real estate investing world. Okay, you can use that, and you can definitely start hiring, a virtual assistant, some sort of agency, or that will do this type of things for you. All right, and you will definitely would want to invest in a guidance. All right. That guidance could come from mentorships. That guidance could come from some sort of very well and a streamlined program that gives you a true blueprint. There's many people out there that they learn this and they have a success in one year, and then they start creating a course. You got to be able to filter out those type of people, right? You got to be able to have people that are truly invested in you. And if you are going to invest into a mentor, you want to have and qualify those mentors, that people that are actually going to be there for you. Because in this business, there's a lot of moving parts. And in this business, one of the things that you got to be able to achieve is acquisition. And in acquisition is going to be a lot of marketing and sales, a lot of it. Okay. If you don't know how to acquire off-market properties, opportunities, so like that means talking with homeowners, it's going to be very hard for you to make a business out of it. It's going to be very hard for you to talk with people, and you're not going to be able to do sales. But if you don't know how to talk to homeowners, it's also going to be very hard once you get that person on the phone, right? Sure. So those two things, you got to be able to quickly acquire. It's a skill set that will help you actually in any business. It doesn't matter which business you create. In any business, you will, because eventually the other things, such as learning about real estate, structuring an exit for this property or finding a buyer, they will come as soon as you have a good deal, right? So you will learn all these things. And usually this is what people teach for free in YouTube, right? But the first two skill sets, which is marketing and sales, is the ones that you need to be able to truly solidify. Okay.
Right. So yeah, that's great information, right? So start out, first of all, right? People have to take inventory. What do you have? You have time, you have money, right? If you have money, great. hire some people, put some systems, get some software, do what you do. If you don't have money, then you got to put the time into it, right? Get in the car, drive the neighborhoods, right? Look on Google Maps, what areas you want, and pick for. You mentioned skip tracing lists. Explain to people listening what that is. Not many people know what that phrase is, skip tracing.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the movie Taken, where it says, "I don't know who you are, but we'll find you. I will come for you. I'll kill you." Well, I'm pretty sure he was a skip tracer. So basically, what it is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who is a homeowner in anywhere in the U.S. All right, you will be able to find the potential phone number and email that this homeowner owns based on public records of their county that it bases off the property address. If you have a property address in Florida and South Florida, let's say, for example, here we have Nitzan and Boca Raton, and all his paperwork are available basically to be escape traced, to be found by someone else. Okay. So someone grabs that property address and you are driving around the neighborhood and you see that potential house that you may want to give an offer to because it's great property that looks like it needs a lot of repairs. And maybe the homeowner wants to sell. Then you're going to put it into a system. All right. It's a skip tracing tool. And you're going to put the address and it's going to spit out different numbers. Could be 3, 4, 5 different phone numbers that you could try out because maybe this property has gone through different phone numbers registered on the county. And that is the art of skip tracing. Finding that property.
Is it a software? Is it a software that you use? Is it a specific software to use for skip tracing?
Yeah.
Or
So
you just kind of just research them on Google and try to dig them up on Google and whatnot.
Yeah, so there's definitely softwares out there that can help you with skip tracing. So I use PropStream a lot. That helps me with skip tracing. PropStream. It's a great software that not only when you pay the monthly fee, it gives you the ability to extract contacts, and then you'll be able to pay for skip tracing. Usually, skip tracing costs like 10 cents all the way to 20 cents. Depends on the software that you use and how fast, how reliable that data is. There's softwares out there that you can skip trace one by one. Like if you just need to skip trace one person, there's softwares out there such as peoplelooker.com. Okay. And you just put the property address and it pops different phone numbers and even email, probably social media, things like that. Right. There's other softwares that come with skip tracing integrated.
Got it. I guess you could just Google skip tracing software and companies and that'll pop up. That's fantastic. So just to recap real quick, either you have time or you have money. You got to decide which one. Hopefully some people have a little bit of both, right? Most people usually have more time than they do money, right? Now, how do you pick the markets that you invest in or that you find the properties? Is it in your backyard so that you can go look at, or are you nationwide?
Yeah. So the great thing about this is that we have learned from many different business models from different clients. So some of our clients are only localized. So what they pick is they live in an area, and they of course are doing that area, which is their backyard. But if you're going to be a person that, for example, you're in California and you know that the market is super crazy right there, it's very hard to get a deal done, and it's very expensive to generate leads. A lot of our clients that live in Cali, let's say Los Angeles County, they would pick markets in the USA virtually based on the number of cash buyers that have done transactions or cash sales that have done transactions in that specific area. Now you can figure out this by networking with other people on Facebook groups or other people on giving you suggestions that, hey, for example, Ohio is a great market. Ohio is a market where it has 120 all the way to 250 ARVs, and then it's a market where it's a lot of cash buyers buying houses. I'm gonna go and try to start targeting that area. So you go and prove the data. There is ways to see where cash buyers are actually buying. PropStream is a way to actually find cash buyers, whether there's transactions happening there for cash. You can also do it through Zillow. All right. You can also find what the transactions that are happening in Zillow, what type of cash sales have happened. And then they choose these markets and start targeting these markets. We start doing Google ads, Facebook ads. But a lot of our clients, of course, they've either have already chosen these markets, and they start targeting these markets based on their experience or our suggestions. And they have boots in the ground. They have someone, or they have a buyer list, all right, in that area that they can disposition this property. All right.
Okay. Now, we've been talking a lot about how to find the sellers, how to, what systems, skip tracing, right? Get your sales coaches online as well, meaning on the phone, asking questions to the sellers that want to sell fast, want to sell now, need to sell, right? All these things. So you talk to the seller, you say, okay, you know what? I can offer you X amount of money on your property. They say, okay, you put the property under contract, right? After you put the property under contract, who do you flip it to? How do you find the investor to buy it from you?
Right. So this part is one of the most beautiful part of this, because it's basically you're creating a little transactional business and relationship business inside your business, which is a disposition, right? So you can sell and assign these contracts or sell these properties to traditional buyers, regular families that just want to get into their first house. You can have other flippers or other investors that have cash on their hand and they want to either buy and hold, or they can make work on this property and make profits on top of your assignment commission. Or you can even have hedge funds that are currently buying properties, such as Open Door, on top dollar, because of the crazy market right now that is happening in 2021 in the middle of the summer. That depending on where you are, you can find a homeowner that needs to sell their property. You can lock up a deal, give an offer, not necessarily 60 to 70% of the ARB, but much higher than that. And the hedge fund could potentially also buy it. Okay. So there is many different people out there, or institutions that could, depending on the deal, if it has great numbers, if it has great spread, okay, which is a profit after they make the repairs and renovation, if it has a good cash flow, a lot of people will buy it from you. All right. Usually if a deal is a deal has great numbers. After doing all the calculation, you're going to have a lot of people wanting to have an off-market property deal. Okay.
Right. I guess you also have to advertise for, to find the hedge funds and to find the end buyers and the families and the investors, right? So you have to go and you have to advertise for those as well.
100%. And what we have found is that a lot of these buyers, you can either network with other wholesalers or real estate investors to either share you lists, all right, as you guys collaborate, sell you lists of already buyers, or find them yourself by posting on Facebook groups, because these people are laying there just waiting for a deal to happen, because they want, either they have the cash or they have the intention to flip.
Right.
and they're just there in a Facebook group, and you can post something like, who are my buyers in the Orlando or Tampa area? We have great deals coming this week. And then people will send you a message or submit an email. You can, start building the relationship. You got to make sure that these are actual cash buyers, people that really want to have this type of end transaction. And you can also post whenever you have a property for sale, or whenever you have a property already locked up. You can also post in the Facebook marketplace, because you're going to find a lot of people that are looking in Facebook marketplace or even in Craigslist for deals for properties that are off market. And one of the good things that we actually also help our clients is that if they don't have a process, we have templates and we have ad copy where it says hot off-market handyman deal, and we put in the Facebook marketplace. We put the property picture, which is going to be a distressed looking property. It's going to look, it's going to grab attention. It's going to look juicy for an investor or for someone that wants to make a deal out of this. And then you put the description of the property. You're going to receive different inquiries, and out of that, you also, you get that. Now, this position is a whole different game, and there's many ways to actually find these people. You can pay, for example, or you can get into a website that has a lot of organic reach that people have access to, that you can post that property in a website that people are always going to. All right. So these websites are usually websites that put an effort into SEO, which is appearing on Google top search, so that people are always looking out for the best deals. Again, being able to collaboratively get the list of cash buyers with other wholesalers or other real estate investors. This is a collaboration game. It's always a great way to build your buyers list. And going to softwares like PropScreen or Propelio, where you can find the actual information of the people that purchased the recent homes in a specific area. And then you scrape that, you take the email, the information of that person, skip trades that person too, and you can put that in your list so that you can start building the relationship with those individuals.
All right. Wow. That was, an hour flew by because you gave us some awesome information. I think from the information that you guys handed our travelers listening out there, they can go out tomorrow and they can start creating their business and building it for themselves so that they can, achieve the massive success that you guys have achieved, and, I'm sorry that we're running out of time. Like, we could sit here and talk for hours about this. So I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show. Let travelers, let everybody know how they can reach out and find you. And if they want to buy some properties, or if they have a property to sell, how can they find you?
Absolutely. So you can always find us in Google. Again, go and search in Google heselmedia.com, or go in the search bar www.heselmedia.com. That's HESEL media.com. You will be able to also find us on Instagram. All right. At Estenick, ESTENICK. That's where I am there, posting and making stories. You can reach out to me, or you can find us on Facebook at the Real Estate Investing and Wholesaling Marketing and Conversion Mastery Public and Free Group. All right. So you'll be able to be there, where we're going to be able to provide some great information about real estate investing, marketing, digital marketing, inbound marketing, online marketing in Facebook as well.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Keep killing it. Keep showing, that all it takes is a little fire under your ass, some passion, desire, and a no quit attitude to make it and to be successful. You guys are the picture of success, and I want to thank you so much for being on the show. It's been truly a pleasure. And Esteban, let's definitely grab some drinks in South Florida and in Fort Lauderdale and whatnot, and see if we can do some business together as well.
Absolutely.
So travelers, thank you. So travelers, I will see you guys next week, same time, somewhere on Spaceship Earth, with another awesome guest that's going to help you master your mind, body, and wallet. I'm Nitzan Moser, the traveling investor. Thank you guys so much for being on the show again. It was a privilege and an honor to have you guys, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And travelers, be well, travel safe, and happy hunting. We'll see you next week. Take care, guys.